Hey Dwight. Yeah, good progress here. Let's see what you have here. It looks like you have kind of a train scenario. Um, the background is really a little bit too strong. It's hard to see where the background ends and the caricature begins. So you might want to find something with just a lot more negative space. You can't read the text either. Let me see if I posted. No. No, I don't think I posted that, but it's I posted an announcement about legible text. I think it's here. Maybe it was last week. You might just want to read. Oh, here it is. You might want to read some of this stuff because there's some examples about why this text isn't legible because it's over a complicated image. And this one shows, the importance of contrast. The white on the dark is really readable. The middle ones aren't readable. Again, can't read any of this text. And again, not enough contrast. So just some things to think about. But so for yours, I'd like that you're putting your text in a different layer. I'm going to move this text out of this main group because I'm going to play around with just this a little bit. Because I just want to look at your caricature. Yeah, your caricature looks really great. The only thing I would probably do... Oh, that's right. It's hard to even size it here. Making it a little bit bigger. And again, I'm just playing with this now, so that might be too big. The only thing I would do now, I would work on the sizes of these. You might have to redo some of the shadow, but let's see. So with this one, I would make it smaller because it's further away, right? Not a lot smaller. I would probably work with rotating it a little bit more and just continue to really... you could make it a lot smaller and kind of put it behind that a little bit. But again, I'm just trying to make it look, we could do something like that. Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, anyway, so yeah, just continue to work with the legs because I think that's a little bit of a problem. Where is your shadow now? Just move that over a little bit. Just rotate it. You don't have to redo it. Or you could, or then you can go use the perspective tool on it too. And I would also put the words closer together. It's when you have big spaces, they look like they're existing independently, so it's kind of important to have them closer together. And I think I made your guide too big because you could put the words here too, but the next step is to really get a better background. So if this is bigger, maybe this one needs to be bigger. Let's see. Just trying to see. This is what the last couple revisions are really just continuing to work with this stuff. Sometimes just a little editing goes a long way. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure I like the shadow right there either, so I'm going to turn it off for now. And maybe just move both of these over a little bit. My suggestion always is just go too far, and then you can always come back. Just really push stuff. I don't know, I kind of like it like that a little bit more. So yeah, in terms of background, if you go to Google image search and you look for, I wanted to show you since I have this up, if you want more interesting text, just go to DaFont And, you know, look for some of these. I mean, there's a comic text. You know, these are really easy to install, and they give, you know, they give your piece a lot more character. Just make sure you don't get one that's not legible. You know, look at this. I mean, this is 26 pages. Let's look at Groovy. 22 pages. Each one of them have just tons of pages. So let's see what terrible. I'm just going to say terrible. Because then you can kind of look at it too and see what it's going to look like. But again, you probably want to, you know, definitely split up the text on different layers like you already did, and just kind of move it together. So let's see, where's your guy? You can even move the whole thing over here and then work the text down in here. And it doesn't have to be this big. It's just that it's really cool. And then again, have to deal with the background somehow. So, you know, you could, you know, just think of keyword searches. Let's see, toy train. So, yeah. I mean, even though I don't think that's necessary. I mean, that has a little bit cleaner of a background, but again, you don't want to have another train. It's going to neutralize your caricature. You want something that's a lot more subdued. Kids room. You know, some of these are just terrible too. But I mean, if you could find, and I'm not saying use this one by any means because this is way too strong in terms of the color. If you could find kind of a neutral room that had negative space, like this is too strong, but yeah, so you want something that has enough, you know, that has negative space in the background so your caricature can stand out. So, you know, you might have to make one yourself, and I know you have the skills. You know, let me see those. Where's those examples? To see, you know, just, this is not very good. She made this one with clouds, but, you know, this one's okay, but let's see. Again, something that has negative space, and that means, you know, you can see there's nothing really busy. Let's see. You know, this is pretty subdued, so if you get something that has a smaller pattern, it won't compete with your caricature. I like how he dealt with the gray, you know, turned it to grayscale. I'm just trying to find another. And again, you know, he did this whole fire thing. Now see, this background's not that great either. He worked really hard to get it darker. The text is not working at all. But so you could also do something like that. You know, let's see. I mean, you know, there's a lot of ways you can, you know, you can go in and you could, you know, give it brightness and contrast and see, you know, see how that would work. No, it's on top of everything, huh? Yeah, but see, it's still not letting it stand out. Yeah, this needs to be out of this and into here. Oh, shoot, come on. There it goes. So even so, like this part stands out okay, but the rest of it, you just can't see it. So let's see, let's take it down more. Yeah, but then you don't want it really dark because it's kind of a toy theme. So yeah, so there's some issues. So definitely, you know, play around with these. And, you know, another thing too is you could add, you know, you could add put a white layer, you know, up above or underneath, and then just play with some layer blends, you know, like, you know, those blend modes, and, you know, they just work so differently on everything. Sometimes there's no, you know, sometimes there's no effect at all. So anyway, I'm just trying to give you some, you know, just some basic ideas of just how to, yeah, I just think you're going to need, because you've got such a colorful, cool piece, I think you're just going to need to find a lot simpler of a background. I mean, you could even go empty room if you want to put it. And, you know, I mean, this could kind of be cool, but again, now this has a lot of negative space in it. So, you know, it could, something like that could work. Let me go back out here again and show you this other one that yours is way more interesting. But she made this background, and then she also put some of these toys on the ground, which she should have added cast shadows to all of these. It would have looked a lot better. But again, the little repetition of the toys in the bottom, just a few, really worked. And she made this pretty, you know, with shading and stuff. So, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, a lot of suggestions, I know, but you have a couple more drafts to go. But anyway, this looks really great. Your caricature looks really awesome. Just need to work on the background still. Okay.